Hey y'all, welcome back to another QBank remediation. This is going to be week 11. I have another set of 3 questions that I wanted to go over. And the first question is a select all that apply question. The nurse completes dietary teaching with a client diagnosed with chronic kidney failure. The nurse determines further teaching is needed when the client makes which menu selection? And so let me read out all those selections. The first one is grilled cheese sandwich, canned tomato soup, and diet cola. Option number 2 is toast with peanut butter, coffee, and orange juice. Option number 3 is turkey sandwich with mustard, tossed salad, and lemonade. Option number 4 is macaroni with a salt substitute and bread pudding with raisins. And number 5 is spaghetti with meat sauce, boiled cabbage, and apple pie. So there were 3 answer choices that were correct, and I got 2 incorrect answer choices. So I picked all 5 of the options when only 3 of the options were correct. The correct options are the grilled cheese sandwich with canned tomato soup and diet cola, which is option number 1. This is because canned soup is high in sodium, cheese is high in phosphorus, and cola is high in phosphorus. Sodium and phosphorus should be limited for a client diagnosed with chronic kidney failure. And so this client shouldn't be picking this option. Option number 2 is also correct. Toast with peanut butter, coffee, and orange juice. This is also something that the client needs to avoid because peanut butter is high in phosphorus and orange juice is high in potassium. Phosphorus and potassium should be limited for a client diagnosed with chronic kidney disease. Option number 4 is macaroni with salt substitute and bread pudding with raisins. This is also something that the client needs to avoid because salt substitute is high in potassium, and raisins and other dried foods are also high in potassium. And so the client diagnosed with CKD must limit potassium intake. Now the 2 answer choices that I also included in my answer were 3 and 5, but they're actually safe to eat. The option 3 was turkey sandwich with mustard, tossed salad, and lemonade. And the client can eat this. The selection of lean proteins and low sodium foods is an appropriate menu choice. And option number 5, spaghetti with meat sauce, boiled cabbage, and the apple pie. The spaghetti is a good source of carbs, and cabbage and apple pie are both low in potassium, so this is something that the client can also eat. So the answer choices were 1, 2, and 4 only. Moving on to the next question. This is also a select all that apply. The home health nurse is conducting a home safety assessment in the home of an older adult client who lives alone. Which observation made by the nurse requires follow-up and teaching? Select all that apply. And so there were 5 choices. The first one is the cleaning supplies are left unlocked under the kitchen sink. Option number 2, the testing supplies for diabetes management are left on the kitchen counter. Option number 3, the client purchases non-childproof caps that are easy to open for medications. Option number 4, the bottom drawer on the client's nightstand is broken and will not stay closed. And option number 5, the client has a weekly laundry service that delivers clean laundry inside the front door. So I picked options 1, 3, and 4, but the correct options were only option 4 and option 5. Option 1 is incorrect because cleaning supplies that are left unlocked under the kitchen sink are not a safety threat for an older adult client who lives alone. This is for children and toddlers who go around and open the kitchen sink and the drawers and mess around with that stuff. Option number 3 is incorrect because using non-childproof caps for medications is not a safety threat for an older adult client who lives alone. Again, the older adult client is not a kid. And option number 4 is correct in that the client may trip over the nightstand drawer when getting out of bed, which creates a risk for falls. This observation would require follow-up and teaching by the nurse. And the answer choice that I did not pick but was correct is option number 5. The client has a weekly laundry service that delivers clean laundry inside the front door. This is a problem because the client may trip over laundry baskets or bags, which creates a risk for falls. This observation would require follow-up and teaching by the nurse. So the correct answers were option 4 and option 5. Moving on to the last question. So this is a normal question, not a SATA question. A client diagnosed with DKA is prescribed a continuous insulin infusion starting at 10 units per hour. The label on the insulin bag indicates a concentration of 2 units per 1 milliliter. Which finding requires the nurse to complete an incident report? So the answer choice that I put was answer choice number 2, which is incorrect. The answer choice was the insulin infusion is infusing at 10 units per hour. And so this is not incorrect. This is not an incident report because the insulin is infusing at the prescribed dose, which was 10 units per hour. The correct answer is option number 1. The insulin infusion is infusing at 10 milliliters per hour. So this is something that needs the nurse to complete an incident report because the bag concentration is 2 units of insulin for every 1 milliliter. So if the infusion is administering at 10 milliliters per hour, this means that too much insulin is infusing. About 20 units per hour is being infused. So this is a medication error and will require the nurse to complete an incident report. And with that, those are the 3 questions that I wanted to go over for this week. I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you.